popular taco chain with locations here in Kansas City is getting a new name. In the next few months, Mission Taco Joint will change two letters and become Session Taco Joint. It comes after Mission Foods sued the restaurant with locations in Kansas City and St. Louis for trademark infringement. Session Taco will have a new look, and guests will start to see new menus, merchandise, and more with a full rollout expected by the end of the year.
Now, this came across my desk, and I thought this would be a great breakdown, not only because I love tacos, but also because I thought this would be a good learning lesson for you all as the viewers. For those of you who don't know, I am Dave, a 10-year intellectual property attorney dealing with everything from patents to copyrights to trade secrets, and as this particular story involves trademarks. Now, we'll take a look at the article here because the owners of this Mission Taco Joint, or what's going to be formerly known as Mission Taco Joint, I think they're being a good sport about it. I would imagine that they were pissed when they came to that conclusion that, hey, we have to go through a name change as a result of being sued for trademark infringement. But again, let this be a learning lesson. Again, I'm going to, at the end of this video, show you guys, if you're starting a business, how you can at least do a quick search to see whether or not your name is taken, or at least be able to see if somebody else has your name and kind of come to that conclusion whether or not you are maybe going to get sued for trademark infringement if you carry out your business or start your business with the particular name that you're thinking of. Again, these two guys, man, they have over 500 employees, 8 locations between Kansas City and I forget St. Louis, I think is the other city. So these guys, they were further along in the ball game. It wasn't like they kind of grabbed their mom and a family friend that they grew up with and said, hey, let's start this business. To get to the point where you have 500 employees in 8 locations between 2 cities, or no, that's you've been doing something right and you've been kind of grinding it out. So to have to come to that conclusion that, hey, unfortunately you have to have a name change, I'm pretty sure that they weren't too happy about it. But as we take a look at the article, they were actually pretty good sports about it. I think they weren't, at least it didn't show up in the article. So let's take a look at the article really quickly, and then I'm going to go to the test page. Because again, I do want you guys not only to get the current events and a little bit of entertainment, but also want you to get some value from what I'm saying in the channel. And I think what I'm going to show you at the end of this video is going to be able to help you kind of make at least some type of educated guess on the likelihood that you may get sued. Now, again, you always want to go to an attorney just to confirm that, but you can at least take what you're telling, what you have found in your search to the attorney so that he can kind of give you a probability of your chances of getting sued based on you using a name in light of the results that you would have found by what I'm going to show you at the end of this video. So, yeah, Mission Taco Joint to change name after trademark lawsuit. The popular West Coast street food concept in Kansas City, Mission Taco Joint, will change its name in the next few months after a trademark lawsuit. I'm telling you, man, them trademark lawsuits, those are nothing to play with. So Michigan Taco will be changing its name to Session Taco. And again, I'm not sure about you guys, but going from Mission Taco Joint to Session Taco, that seems to be a complete 180. And again, like I said before, it seems like they built this business up, 8 locations, 500 employees. Seems like they're doing pretty successful. And that's the big thing with these name changes, these rebrands. You just don't know how the customer is going to react to it. Do you lose a lot of customers as a result of it, or do you even go to the next level? That's really a toss-up. And again, I think hopefully these guys with Session Taco, they end up doing good, but you just never know. You never want to go through it, or you never want to be put in a position where you have to rebrand, or else suffer the consequences of having to pay a lot of money and so forth and so on. So the news comes after Mission Taco Joint was sued for trademark infringement by Grumman Corporation, the parent company of Mission Foods. I've heard of Mission Foods before, for the word mission in their name in 2023. So when you know this type of stuff, man, again, we're going to work backwards, and I'm going to be able to give you some tips on just, man, being able to determine at a very high level, at a very rough level, your likelihood of being sued as a result of whatever name that you're going to use for your business that you're starting. So the name Session Taco aligns with the original ethos of Mission Taco Joint, which was inspired by the owners and brothers, Adam and Jason Tilford's childhood growing up in Southern California. So it seems like the owners are brothers, which is cool. I always love to see when a family, to the extent that you guys can kind of work together as family, going to business with each other, because again, it's something that you can actually pass down from more of a legacy thing. Always love to see that. But it seems like they grew up in Southern California, and yeah, it seems like they ended up in Kansas City and St. Louis somehow. So Session represents a lot of things we love. This is one of the owners talking. Skate sesh, surf sesh, jam sesh. All approachable, laid back, fun, and connective experiences. And that's how we want our guests to feel too. One of the owners said. And again, all these things, you're definitely getting that California vibe when you're talking about surfing and jam and being laid back and fun. So Jason is going to be bringing some of those beachside vibes to our menu as well. There are 8 locations across St. Louis and Kansas City and over 500 employees. Again, this is what I'm talking about. To have eight locations and over 500 employees, man, these guys were killing it. The brothers decided to turn the unfortunate news into an opportunity to refresh their menu and recommit to service and a family friend, according to the news release. So again, and this is what I'm talking about. So not only are you changing your name, you're also changing the menu up. You just don't know how the customers are going to react to that. Are you going to lose customers as a result of the consumer base liking the old menu and the old food, or do you gain customers? Again, that's one of the things that they'll find out here very quickly. Hopefully, it works out well for them. Let's finish the article really quickly. Session Taco will also have a new look. Guests will start to see new menus, merchandise, glassware, signage, and more, with a full rollout by the end of the year. So it seems like this was fresh off the press. This was September 9th, so just yesterday. It seems like they're saying that the new menu will start in Kansas City this week, and the full rollout seems like it's going to be completed by the end of the year. So again, what you guys think? You guys let me know, to the extent that you're in St. Louis or in Kansas City, you've been to Session Tacos. Let me know let me know how the food is. Do you like the food? Do you not like the food? How was your experience? It seems like, again, 8 locations, 500 employees. Seems like they found something. And let me know if you were bummed out about the name change and the potential food or menu change, because again, that can be a big thing. But now I'm going to pull out the test database, and we're going to go through a quick search, something that you can do when you're thinking of your name change. And I'm going to show you how, if the brothers here, if they would have kind of went through this whole this exercise when they initially came up with Mission Taco Joint. Again, they're selling tacos, so it's a food joint, and the name is Mission Taco Joint. So you need to, this is going to be something good that you can do very quickly to be able to tell whether or not you're likely to get sued for trademark infringement. And again, I'll definitely strongly recommend you taking these results to your attorney and kind of getting that confirmation from them. So Gruma Corporation, as you saw here, that's the company that essentially owns the mark. No, it's the parent company, but they own the mark Mission. So if you go to Gruma Corporation, and I search by owners, you can actually search by the word mark. You can go to word mark and search by the word mark and just type in Mission. But to kind of cut through the BS, I'm going to search by Gruma Corporation, because this is the corporation that is essentially owns the mark. So as you see here, seems like it's a taco or Mexican place incorporated in Nevada. And as you can see the different marks that they have registered, if you continue to go down here, you would eventually see that they have some trademarks on the term Mission. If we can get to them. Okay, here we go. So this is the first one, Mission Chili Mix. And this is a seasoning. I'm not sure if I passed one I was looking for. Okay, so this is another one, Mission. It's a mark, Mission, and it's for tortilla products, namely wraps. Another one, Mission. This seems like this is providing a database in the field of recipes and cooking. Again, another Mission, tortillas. A word mark, Mission for flatbreads. So you see they have a lot of activity as it relates to Mission. Another one, baked goods, namely chalupas. So you can see that this term Mission, Gruma Corporation has a number of trademarks on the term Mission for different classes, for different items. So if you're going to also be selling tacos as part of your restaurant, you're going to use Mission Taco Joint, you have to really ask yourself, is me adding taco joint to the word Mission that is already a trademark term, is it still a likelihood of confusion, or does that get me out of the realm of committing trademark infringement or potentially committing trademark infringement. And the big thing you have to look at is, are those terms, the terms that you're adding to the actual term that's trademark. So in this case, we just saw that the term trademark is mission. This grooming corporation has a number of trademarks for mission, for tortilla chips, a chalupas, bakery, just a lot within that restaurant, within that kind of food space. They have the term mission trademark. Now, with our brothers here who are in St. Louis and Kansas City, by them adding the term taco joint, does that get them out of the realm of trademark infringement? I'm going to tell you, one of the good things are those terms descriptive of what it is that you're doing? So if you look at taco joint, seems to be pretty descriptive of the fact that you're selling tacos. So that's probably not going to carry the day, even though you're adding words. And I had this from a client just literally here recently, where they're saying, hey, well, I'm adding these words to my term, so wouldn't that get me over the hump? And it's like, well, the words that you're adding to it, those are descriptive terms. So it's not like those get you over the hump because they're distinct terms. Now, if you said Mission Impossible Tacos or something like that, maybe that's a little bit better, because the word that you're adding to mission, that being impossible, is not necessarily a descriptive term as it relates to what you're doing, the goods and services that you're providing, that being tacos, selling tacos. So that may get you over the hump, but you just adding taco joint, those are descriptive terms of what it is that you're doing, the goods and the services that you're providing, namely selling tacos. So that's probably not going to get you over the hump. So this is something that's just a quick exercise that you can do as you're thinking about whether or not, okay, I'm trying to start a business and I'm coming up with a term. And okay, let me do this. At least type in the mission. In this case, type in a mission in test, in a test database. Go to Google, type in TESS. It's a trademark database. This is a quick search. I would still highly recommend you go to an attorney and just confirm your findings and what you're thinking. But this is something that you will be able to do to save yourself money and to be able to get better at kind of learning more so the ins and outs of trademark law. But if you would have, in this case, if they would have went to the test database and they would have typed in mission as a word mark and then just go through, and you're going to see a lot of missions that are being used or trademarked in ways that you're not dealing with. So if somebody has a software company or a technology company called Mission, you're not selling technology, so you don't have to worry about it. If somebody is selling shoes under the term Mission, you're not worried about it because you're not selling shoes or goods or clothing and apparel. But if somebody has a restaurant and they have the term Mission trademark, then that's something that's should pique your curiosity, pique your interest, something that you should look at and say, it's probably going to be tough for me to use mission, especially to the extent that the words that I'm adding to mission, taco joint, is a descriptive term of the goods and the services that you are providing. So this again, I'm trying to provide value in how you should look at this. And I can guarantee you, if the brothers would have kind of went through this exercise and found out the fact that, okay, mission, taco joint, yeah, mission is trademark, and the fact that we're adding taco joint to it, that's probably not going to get us over the hump. So let's start out with session tacos, and that way we'll be good to go as opposed to having or being forced to change your name to Session Tacos years later when you're built up 500 employees, 8 locations, because you got a trademark infringement lawsuit. And these lawsuits can be expensive. So as opposed to trying to fight it and it being a toss-up, they probably made the right decision to say, hey, let's just go change the name and don't have to deal with it. But they could have got to this conclusion a lot sooner if they would have just kind of thought through this stuff, do a quick trademark search, take those results to an attorney, let them know and get that confirmation. And they wouldn't have been at this point that they are today. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. Please hit the like button if you did and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to bring you guys all intellectual property matters, copyright, trademarks, patents, trade secrets that are happening in the current in society, pop culture, current events. But I'm also trying to provide value when talking about these things. And I'm hoping that you guys got some value out of it. Leave a comment in the comment section if you did. And I will check you guys out next time. Peace.